Testing. Testing. Okay. And those who are not a part of the majority of this nation is ill treated by many police departments and many police. And so we need to keep that pressure up as it relates to the community, as it relates to California, and as it relates to this nation. And so, with that having been said, if any of you at St. Mark or you know others who would be interested in getting a shirt like this, it's only $13. So you can let me know. We need to order at least 10. So if we get 10 people who are interested in getting the shirt, I'll be placing an order. But I want you to know this is something that we can wear to remind people that we want to keep this in front of the general public. We also want to talk about the fact that the COVID-19 virus, it has not gone away. Over the course of the week, as various areas are opening up, cities, states, counties are opening up now, there has been some surges in various areas. A few states, a few counties have had some surges. Some hospitals have had some surges in terms of people coming into the hospital. And so, although deaths are down, we need to be careful as it relates to COVID-19. So we're being very careful as a church. We're asking you to be very careful as individuals. You definitely don't want to be hanging around large crowds unless you have a mask on. If you're elderly, certainly you want to stay at home as much as possible, even though now we are free to move about. If you have pre-existing conditions, again, you want to stay at home as much as possible, although you too are able to move about. If you find yourself needing to go out, you need to wear a mask. When you're touching things, you need to have some hand sanitizer throughout the day, cleaning your hands. You need to wash your hands often. You need to sing little jingle, happy birthday, and make sure that your hands have been washed with soap and hot water, not just cold water, hot water. And so all of these are things that are going to help deal with this pandemic. Although we're moving in the right direction as a nation, as a state, as a county, we're not again out of the woods as yet. And so please, sir and ma'am, ask you to be careful, be diligent as it relates to COVID-19. We also want to announce that there is a free reusable mask giveaway taking place here in Vallejo. That's going to take place on June 19th. On June 19th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's here in Vallejo. That's going to take place at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. That's 1001 Fairgrounds Drive. It'll be taking place in the top parking lot. And so there they'll be giving away free reusable mask. And so if you need a reusable mask, it is important that you go out and get one of these masks that's being put on by the city of Vallejo, the Solano Public Health, Solano Community Foundation. Many are coming together to ensure that those who need a mask have a mask. And so again, that's a free giveaway. I encourage you to go and partake of that, be a part of that. That will be a blessing to you. We also, again, want to be reminded that more people have passed here in the United States. We're over 100,000. We've had over 4,000 people in California who have passed as a result. And so, again, we want to keep our leaders in prayer during this time. There's some words out in hopes of changing things with our police departments, and so we want to pray for that as well. Again, our daily breads are out at the front door. They're at the base of the pastor's office study. So if you haven't had an opportunity to get a copy of the daily bread, we encourage you to come by the church, swing by, and grab a copy there again at the door. We, as a church, are we're in the third phase of the church opening. We moved to the second phase, and so we are now allowed to open, but we're doing it very cautiously. We met with our leaders on this past Saturday, and we discussed the reopening of St. Mark in terms of coming together for worship, and we came to a consensus that we're going to wait until at least the 1st of July, the first Sunday in July. That's our target date for reopening the church to our members where we can come together and worship. Based on the size of our church at present, we are allowed to have about 40 individuals in the church, at one time. We will have to have masks on. We would encourage you to wear gloves as well, but certainly you would have to have a mask on. That'll be a part of the requirements. In addition to part of the requirements in coming, we'll be taking temperatures as you come in. So if you have a temperature, if you're not feeling well, you have a cough, you have flu symptoms, any of that, we're asking you to stay at home. But if you're healthy, we're going to be encouraging you to come out when we open. Again, we'll be able to receive 40 individuals. We'll be taking temperatures. We'll be asking you to wear a mask as well. We'll be discussing whether or not the whole service is indoors or outdoors. You'll be getting more information on that later. One of the things that will be important is that we'll need to sanitize the church at least once a week. We'll have to go through the church and have it sanitized at least once a week, a thorough cleaning, a thorough sanitization. Now, with that having been said, even once we come back, we will only be holding worship services. Our Bible studies, our prayer meetings will still be held via conference call, via Zoom, on one of those levels. The reason being is whenever we occupy the church as a group, we would have to re-sanitize the church. And that would mean we have to sanitize the church 4 to 5 times a week. And that would be a little much. And so with that having been said, Bible study, prayer will continue to be held via conference call. We will only begin in July having regular worship services on Sunday so that we can sanitize during the week and then have the church ready for Sunday services as well. With regard to the restrooms, we only have the one restroom, as I'm sure you're aware. And so with that having been said, it also has to be sanitized after each person uses it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to place the cleaning supplies in the restrooms themselves. And we're going to ask each individual, once you have used the restroom, that you would then clean up after yourself, sanitize the basin, sanitize the door handles and so forth, so that the next person coming in will be able to